Here's a short, life-changing story that highlights the value of time. The $1,000,000 second. A wealthy man, nearing the end of his life, lay on his deathbed. Despite having everything money could buy, he was plagued by regrets. He called for his doctor and said, "I'll give you all my wealth if you can give me one more day to live." The doctor sadly replied, "I'm sorry, but no amount of money can buy you even a single second more." Realizing the truth, the man wept. "I spent my whole life chasing wealth, but I neglected the priceless moments with my loved ones and the things that truly mattered. If only I had valued time when I had it." Moral: time is the one resource we can never earn back. Use it wisely. Spend it with loved ones. Pursue your passions and live in the present. Every second counts, and its true worth becomes clear only when it's gone. Certainly. Here's an expanded version of the story that emphasizes the life-changing value of time. The $1,000,000 second. There was once a man named Richard, who was one of the wealthiest individuals in the world. He owned vast estates, luxury cars, and businesses that spanned the globe. People envied his lifestyle, believing he had everything one could ever want. Yet, despite his wealth, Richard felt a void inside him that he couldn't explain. One day, Richard fell gravely ill. The best doctors were summoned, but they all told him the same thing: "You have only a few days to live." Staring at the ceiling of his lavish mansion, Richard began to reflect on his life. He thought about the countless hours he had spent building his empire, chasing material success and amassing wealth. He realized he had spent very little time with his family, friends, or even himself. Desperate to prolong his life, Richard summoned his doctor one last time. Clutching the doctor's hand, he begged, "Please, I'll give you everything I own, my houses, my businesses, my fortune, if you can just give me one more day to live." The doctor, with sadness in his eyes, replied, "I'm sorry, Mr. Richard. All the money in the world cannot buy you even one extra second. Time is a gift that no one can sell, no matter how rich they are." Hearing these words, Richard felt a deep wave of regret wash over him. "All my life, I thought money was the most valuable thing. But I was wrong," he whispered. "I traded away my time, my most precious resource, for things that no longer matter." As his time slipped away, Richard called for his family. Through tears, he said, "I've spent my life pursuing wealth, but I neglected the moments that truly mattered. If I had only realized earlier that the greatest riches are found in time, love, and relationships, my life would have been different." He passed away shortly after, leaving behind a fortune that couldn't buy him back a single moment of life. His family mourned not just the man, but the years they could have spent together had he understood the value of time. Moral of the story: time is the most valuable resource we have. Unlike money, time cannot be earned, saved, or replaced. Once a moment is gone, it's gone forever. Instead of spending your life chasing material wealth or superficial success, invest your time in the things that truly matter: building meaningful relationships, creating memories, pursuing your passions, and living in the present. Life is short. Don't wait until it's too late to realize that every moment is priceless. Of course, here's a much more detailed and reflective version of the story that emphasizes the value of time. The true value of time. Richard was a man who had everything most people could only dream of. He was one of the wealthiest individuals in the world, owning sprawling estates, private jets, and businesses that generated millions of dollars every year. People admired him, envied him, and often called him the man who had it all. Yet despite his immense wealth, Richard was often too busy to enjoy the fruits of his labor. He was always working, building his empire, attending endless meetings, and planning his next investment. He rarely took time to visit his family, spend moments with his children, or even enjoy simple things like walking in the park or watching the sunset. There's always time later, he told himself. Right now, I need to focus on success. As the years passed, Richard's wealth grew beyond his wildest dreams. He had everything money could buy, but his relationships began to falter. His children grew up distant, his wife became a stranger, and his friends drifted away. Yet Richard comforted himself with the thought that one day, when his work was done, he would make time for them. But life had other plans. One day, Richard was struck by a sharp pain in his chest. He was rushed to the hospital, where doctors delivered devastating news. He had a terminal illness, and his time was running out. He had only a few days left to live. For the first time, Richard felt powerless. His money, which had always been his source of strength and security, was now useless. No amount of wealth could change the ticking clock of his life. Desperate to hold on to life, Richard called for his doctor. "Doctor," he said, his voice trembling, "I will give you everything I own, my businesses, my mansions, my entire fortune, if you can just give me one more year. No, even just one more day." The doctor sighed deeply and replied, "Mr. Richard, I wish I could help you, but no amount of money can buy even a single second of time. It is the one thing no one can sell or give." Richard was stunned by the truth of the doctor's words. As he lay in his hospital bed, he began to reflect on his life. He thought about all the time he had wasted chasing after material success. He thought about the countless birthdays he had missed, the family dinners he had skipped, and the friends he had neglected. He remembered the promises he made to his children, saying, "I'll spend time with you next week," only to break them over and over again. Now, with his days numbered, Richard felt an overwhelming wave of regret. "I thought I was building a legacy," he whispered to himself. "But what good is a legacy if I spent my life too busy to live it?" In his final moments, Richard called his family to his bedside. Tears streamed down his face as he said, "I've made a terrible mistake. I thought money was the most valuable thing in the world, but I see now that it's not. Time is the greatest gift we have, and I wasted mine on things that don't matter. If I could go back, I would give anything to spend more time with all of you." His family, though heartbroken, forgave him, but no amount of forgiveness could change the inevitable. Richard passed away that night, leaving behind his immense fortune, a fortune that could not buy him a single moment more of life. The lesson we can learn. Richard's story is a powerful reminder that time is the most precious resource we have. Unlike money, which can be earned and spent repeatedly, time is irreplaceable. Every second that passes is a second we can never get back. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of life, chasing success, wealth, and recognition. But in the end, none of those things matter as much as the moments we spend with the people we love, the memories we create, and the experiences that bring us true happiness. So ask yourself, are you spending your time wisely? Are you prioritizing what truly matters? Don't wait until it's too late to realize that the best moments in life are the ones money can't buy. Value your time, use it wisely, live in the present, and don't let the pursuit of material success rob you of the things that make life meaningful. Because at the end of the day, time is the most priceless treasure of all.